Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the United States here in the Modern Day mod. Now, one of the first things you guys want me to do so very badly, and I'm going to start up the construction on it, is apparently the wall. You guys really want me to build the wall. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just start up by getting some land forts started, and it's going to be starting the construction of the wall. So that's what we're going to do here. Very exciting stuff. Is going to be building that wall. So we're going to start doing that because a lot of you wanted to see that happen. And what else are we going to be doing today? Well, we're going to try to get the world tension a little higher. That's what we're going to try to do. We're going to try to do a lot more to try to get the world tension a little higher. Now, we have 2 deployments going at the moment. We need to have some more, and of course, we're recruiting more soldiers too, which is very good. So we're going to start sending some more out to different areas to get set and ready to go on their deployments later on. And what we're going to do... Now, a lot of you guys want me to invade Mexico, invade Cuba, invade other parts of South America. You want me to invade Syria. You want me to go into the entirety of you want me to own the Middle East. I like all of these ideas, and I think I'm going to probably do most of these ideas. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to justify a war goal against Cuba. Yes, we're going to justify a war goal against Cuba because we have asked them time and time again. We have told them, hey, we're going to be putting sanctions on you if you decide you want to do this. If you decide you want to continue becoming communist, if you decide you want to continue doing what you're doing. They don't care. So you know what? That's fine. To us, that's perfectly fine. We're going to start moving our troops down. And we're going to try to do what, of course, we weren't able to do before. And that's actually take the island of Cuba. So we're going to want to get some landing crafts going. So that's going to be above the nuclear reactors. But we do have the opportunity now to start researching nuclear reactors to build the bomb, which is very good. So we want to get that nuclear bomb very quickly because we're America. That's one of our really known strengths, that we have a lot of bombs. And of course, we're going to be using those most likely against our biggest foe, number 1 being China, number 2 being Russia. So we're going to strike Cuba first, and then what we're going to do is we're going to strike Vietnam. We're going to go back. We're going to fight back the Vietnam War that we had lost before, the Vietnam conflict that we had lost before. We had to leave Vietnam, of course, all of you know. We're not going to have that happen again. We're going to land over here, over in South Vietnam. We're just going to push up. We're going to take Vietnam swiftly. We're going to do maybe a 2-pronged attack. Maybe we'll strike one here and we'll strike one here and then just move into the middle. Hopefully without Chinese support from the Vietnamese, because we do not need the Chinese support. That would not be the best thing for us. But we're going to strike Cuba. We're going to strike Vietnam. And then we're going to strike this country right here. I think I'm saying it right. Laos. I think I'm saying it right. We're going to strike this country here. Because then we have a good border on the Chinese. We have a decent border to start up tensions with the Chinese. Probably going to start up a huge war, which will let a lot of these democratic nations that we're pushing democracy in over here, we're going to try to get them over to us. And of course, if they join us, it's going to be very, very good. And we do have more military factories that we do need to start building other things with, of course. The thing being anti-air, which I think is going to be here. Yes. We're going to start up all the constructions. Finally, we got that out of the way. When we continue building our military factories, we will build up on those. But for right now, we're doing very well. So I haven't really looked. So we have a pretty decent NATO force, but we're going to want to continue to get those into the faction. Of course, one of the first ones being South Korea. We do want South Korea in NATO so we can protect them from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. But yes, we are moving our troops now. We're going to get a lot of our troops set and ready to go. Now we have mountaineers, we have paratroopers, we have all sorts of different things. We're going to want to drop these 5 tanks. And I want to bring them down as well. They're kind of just getting an army together. It shouldn't take all of these forces to destroy Cuba. I'm guessing right now Cuba doesn't even have that much of an army. But if they do, then we'll be fine. We'll be ready. Now, it shouldn't be that difficult because I think what we'll do is we'll land here in Havana and then we'll just take these 2 just to make sure that we have the port, and then we'll just move across the island. It shouldn't be that difficult to take, and we're of course going to take Cuba very swiftly, very easily. Now, we could take Mexico as well, make them a part of the United States of America. I don't know yet if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to have the Mexicans keep their independence or if we want to bring them under us to help them out. I'm not exactly sure, because we, of course, could build them up even higher, but I don't know if Donald Trump wants to do that. But Donald Trump's going to strike here in Vietnam and Laos to scare the Chinese into submission. They've been taking our businesses for far too long, Donald Trump says, and we need to show them that we're not scared. So we're moving our tanks over, of course, as well. I think these are the M1A2 Abrams, right? The M1 Abrams. I don't think we're building the M1A2s, are we? No, we're just building the M1s, which is fine. So I'm definitely going to want to continue building motorized and mechanized, and then anti-airs, because everything else apparently for right now is full. So we don't have to worry much about that. So we have our civilian buildup. We're gonna want to get our military buildup again as well. It's going to be very good for us. Now we could get some of our actual divisions set over here, but do we want to do that? Probably not. And I'm guessing you don't need to exercise anymore. Yeah, you're fine. So stop your exercise so that way all your troops can get their things back together and feel really great again. So you are going to start up a new force. You're going to be the Cuban Invasion Force. And you're going to be led under Powell. I think Powell's a good general for this. Plus, we're going to have some tanks, and he is a... What is he? He's a Desert Fox. So his movement is plus 5%, his attack is plus 10%, and his defense is plus 10%. So that's, of course, very good for us. So what else do we need to build? Let's set another one into mechanized. As we continue, I'm thinking these are at the top of the list right now. Yes. So once we start continuously building these, and we're building them very fast, which is also very good, we can set them into things that we're going to need, mostly into our trucks and into our tanks, of course, as well. So our deployments are going very well. Our men are just sitting there, kind of just making sure that Russia knows that we're here. Now, I do want to have a gigantic deployment over the whole of Ukraine, but the problem is Ukraine is not a part of us. So we could put another deployment force here, which we might do. We might not, depends. But there's going to be mostly reserves in that force. Now, again, you guys want me to build up my reserve force and other things like that. Granted, yes, and we shall do that. But for right now, we're just getting troops out is the main thing. But what we're going to want to do, though, in our reserves is that we only have 3. We're definitely going to want to add a few more infantry brigades. Thank you for telling me we have modern equipment. Why did that not add infantry? And then put... There we go. And then put another one in there. Just to build them up a little more. And of course, we're going to need to build a little bit more guns for our research. So we can get improved modern equipment, which of course we're going to want to do. And then we'll start working on our rails to get our sights, which is going to be very good for us. So we're going to be doing that. So I'm not going to build the modern equipment yet. I'm going to wait till the modern equipment is done. The improved modern equipment is done, I should say. We're just going to continue building such things. Now we're probably going to need to open up another building thing for the improved modern equipment, because every single one of our soldiers are going to need to get that. That's going to be very fun. So you are going to set up a naval invasion from, I'm guessing, what is this? I think this is Miami. I'm not sure. Maybe Miami's down here. We're going to want to go into the Havana. And you have no divisions set on that order. Because technically for right now, we cannot set anybody on that order because our research is not done. But in the next 70 days, it will be. So it's not too bad to worry about. So now we're definitely good with our building processes. So we're going to want to continue doing those. Our tanks are finally heading down. They're going to be part of the army soon. Because I want all of the force that this man has to be a part of him. So, of course, you guys are going to be joined in. And you all will be joined in as well. So we have 17 out of 24. Very good, very good. So the European force, I do have other men that are not in said things. Can I remove these guys from this? Hang on, I'm learning something. Very much am learning something. Oh, nice. I like those. Ah, new theater. We're actually going to name this the American Theater. Because that would actually be smart. And then we'll change him to kind of a limeish green. I like the green. Looks good. There we go. So we'll know who he is, of course, with his theater. And of course, we want to move. These guys are a part of that. These guys are not, so we're going to want to move these guys over to here. Construction forward, which is very good, because these guys are the deployment forces in Europe, and these guys are our home forces. So it's a good thing we have those, because this guy right here, this general, Joseph L. Votel, is our kind of trainer. He's the guy that trains our troops. And then Powell is going to be the one that does things with them. Okay. We can go straight to construction 5, which would be very good. Streamlined or flexible? Construction 5 first. I'm going to definitely start getting things up and running quickly. More into our mechanized. What is this? Battle plans with no units assigned. Yes, we do know that. Thank you very much. I'm waiting for the landing crafts. So that's going to be our first thing. We're going to take out Cuba, and then we're going to get ready with our not so nice navy on this side. So basically what I want to do is I want to move the Atlantic fleet over here. And they're going to take their gigantic time with that. But since we're not at war, doesn't matter. They'll get there eventually. There we go. I was like, can I not see that gigantic arrow anymore? Please and thank you. Let's go ahead and throw another one into motorized. We have a decent amount into our tanks, so we don't need to worry about doing much into tanks. So, let's do that. Why not? Throw some more into mechanized. That'll probably be fantastic. How much more have we done? 26 days. Very close, very close. But yeah, South Korea is going to be one of the first that I want to put into NATO. So that way we can start getting some men over on that border line. So that way we can defend South Korea from the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. And I know they call themselves the Republic of Korea, I'm pretty sure. And then we're going to want to take out Vietnam, of course, and Laos, so that way we can line up our troops against China for an inevitable war. Of course, we're going to end up destroying China, as you all can basically guarantee. We're going to end up destroying China. So it's not that bad of an issue. Now, what is this? Who owns this? This is a colony state. And who owns this? Bosnia. Okay. Nice. So I'm learning a lot about countries now. I actually am learning a lot more about my geography, at least in Europe, because there's so many little countries in Europe that you really just don't know about. And you can learn about them in this mod, which is very good. We're also going to want to probably set our sights for Libya. We may want to just take that. Who knows? And just have a foothold in Africa. So that way if we want to just go on a campaign murder spree in Africa, who knows? Maybe we'll do it. South Africa has definitely changed. Madagascar is looking fine as always. There's Ghana. Very good. They have a very decent football team, or otherwise known as soccer team, as for us Americans. Recruitment almost done. Very close. And then our research 2 more days until we could put these troops onto this said plan, which is good. There it is, landing crafts. Set my troops onto those. There we are. So that's 17 divisions ready to invade Cuba. Now we're going to want to work more probably on our battleships, I would think, because our battleships are going to be very nice. Building wise, 1 more into our motorized. And then I guess we could put 1 more into our mechanized as well. Why not? We make 1 a day. Make 5 a day here. Very good. Oh, dang it. There was... Oh, yeah. What am I researching? The North Carolina class. I want to make sure after that I start working on my nuclear reactors. So we could start getting nukes up and running as quickly as possible so we could show that we are the better power and that we are very strong. Because I'm guaranteeing that the Russians have not figured out nuclear technology yet. They probably will, but I don't think they've done it yet. So we don't have to worry about that. Now, Cuba, how long until our justification for war is done? 196 out of 240. So in the next episode, you will definitely see some fighting. We're going to see the war in Cuba, which is going to be very, very exciting. So now we're starting our nuclear reactors. Very good, very good. We need to do those things. We need to set those up. Thank you for all the support that you guys give on this series too. I know I'm thanking you guys a lot, but I can't thank you enough for the growth of this channel, for the love that you guys have for these series. I love playing these games and I love making videos of them and sharing them with you. And I'm so excited and so thrilled that you guys are enjoying it. So thank you very much for all that you guys do. Makes me very happy. Now what I'm going to want to do. Now our 54s have gotten over there, which is good. But I don't want to do that gigantic sail around. So what I'll do in our construction, so I'll go ahead and put them here. We need to go ahead and put our destroyers up here. And put our heavy cruisers, and our battleships, probably battle cruisers 1 here. That's how we can start building ourselves up over on the Pacific side and on the Atlantic side, which would be good. We could split up our naval forces, and being the United States, we're definitely going to have to deal a lot with our Navy, which would be very good. What can we put into here? Let's go ahead and throw it into here. Have we researched our new guns yet? Not yet. We have 50 days. 49 technically, but 50 days until they're done. So I'm just going to speed up the process just a little, just to knock out these days. So you can start building up and start researching more into our military equipment as far as our sights are concerned. Because if we don't put sights on our guns, we're not going to be as accurate. So we have to do that, of course. Donald Trump, though, 2019, March, the next elections in 2020. Will Donald Trump come back into office? Of course, as what he's done in the military, he's definitely built up our military strength as far as our military factories, and he's built up our infrastructure as well. So there's the justification for war, and I'm actually going to end the episode off here because of the fact that now we do have the war goal. So in the next episode, you will see us destroy Cuba. Well, I say destroy. We're bringing them into the United States. So during Donald Trump's presidency, he's also going to get us a little bit of land, which is going to be very good. We're going to take on a new style in the presidency that we are defending ourselves and defending our national interests in Cuba. We're no longer going to just lift sanctions anymore. Might as well, if you want to do that, might as well have the country too. And of course, Donald Trump's also thinking about going after Vietnam and Laos. So as my presidential staff, tell me what you guys, if you guys think that these are smart ideas, going after Cuba, going after Vietnam, going after Laos. Are those smart ideas, or do you want to see Donald Trump do something different? And if so, put it down there. But until then, everybody, I leave you here, and Donald Trump almost either leaves his seat in the presidential office or he may get reelected. So who knows what's going to happen? The Republican Party, overwhelming majority, by the way, 66% of the people are now conservative. Very good. We are destroying the Democratic Party 30% now. So pretty sure that Barack Obama and the Democratic Party is not doing so hot. We are doing very fine with, of course, our party leader, Donald Trump, and he may get reelected. Now that we see an overwhelming majority of conservatives in the United States, he may get elected. So, until then, everybody, Glenn Games signing off as always. Of course, if you liked the video, go ahead and show me down below that you liked it by giving it a like, so that way I know that you guys are loving the series and you want to see more of it. Of course, comment down below, as I've said before, or anything that you want to. Of course, I'm always into reading comments and responding to them, so please comment down below. I love responding and reading to those. And of course, if you have not yet, go ahead and subscribe, because we're going to be doing a whole lot of fun stuff, and it's going to be very fun. And we're also starting up The Long Dark, by the way. If you have not seen that, go look at that. It's going to be very fun. It's a survival game in the Canadian wilderness, and I think that's going to be really fun. We just got into a messy situation with some wolves, so we had to kind of like run away, and I feel kind of cowardly for that, but there were 3 of them. I mean, what are you going to do? But of course, Glenn Games signing off as always. And until the next episode, everybody, take care.